What's up, good people? It's your boy Mike.
And I'm Kay.
And So this is a special edition for us because today is our anniversary.
Yay!
Hey!
Betty!
Good job, babe. So yeah, we made it 1 year. 1 whole year. So we thought we'd do a little bit, not really different, but just talk about our 1 year of marriage and actually really highlight our wedding day because we were supposed to have a video out about that, and due to some technical difficulties, which I really don't want to get into too deeply, we didn't drop that video. So we're kind of giving it to you here. So what do you remember from your wedding day, babe?
I remember being so nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I was shaking. Like, shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when Guillermo was in the bathroom with me and my sister, like, filming the video.
Yeah.
Like, what I wanted to say to you.
Speaking of which, Guillermo, where is our video? But that's a whole other conversation.
I remember shaking so much, and Guillermo was just like, "Hey, it's okay. It's okay." Like, he's nervous too. And I was like, "Is he?" He was like, "Yeah, he's nervous too." And I was just like, "Okay."
Yeah, because I remember when he was filming me, like, he was like, "What do you want to say?" And I was just like, "What?" I was just like, I was literally thinking, like, bro, wait. I'm like thinking, okay, what's a good thing to say? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's gonna be good.
Like, you're trying to be genuine, but like,
but you're trying to like sound good too. Like, I want you to, you know what I mean?
Remember this forever.
Yeah. So I know for me, it kind of started off because obviously of COVID, I couldn't go to the barbershop. So one of my boys had to cut my hair, and he did pretty good. Our friend Tyreek, he came to the house, and I remember we were just like talking about it, and then Craig called me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, yo, I'm mad proud of y'all for like still getting married in spite of everything. Like, It shows you like your relationship could stand the test. You know how Craig is.
Yeah.
He's so poetic, you know?
He is very poetic.
So, yeah, that was cool. And then we did something real intimate at our church. My dad did a ceremony.
Which was?
It was perfect. Except for...
Honest to God. Except for what?
Yeah, except for... Remember how me and my mom was just like, why are you doing the vows twice?
Oh my God. It was perfect. Like...
No, it was.
I don't know. Really for those who know, like, Michael's dad, like, he's extremely articulate. Like, he's just so, like... Huh?
Yeah.
Like, when he talks, when he teaches, it's just so profound. So that, like... For him to encapsulate our relationship in like the few paragraphs he read.
No, he wrote like a whole book.
Yeah.
So basically,
it was a
first,
book,
before we get to that,
because our wedding was canceled, we were gonna go forth and conquer in love.
Right.
That was non-negotiable. Don't matter what nobody wanted to say.
Yeah.
And I remember like me and my homegirl, one of my bridesmaids, she took me to Costco. Which was where I was gonna get my flowers from anyways, because I'm crafty, thank you Jesus. I'm crafty, so I was gonna assemble all our flowers anyways. I was gonna do my own bouquet. But she gifted me like buying all the flowers. I made Michael's boutonniere. I made a boutonniere for my dad. And I did my flowers. And I just remember just like being in that moment with her, and she was just like she was making me emotional from that Thursday. So Thursday, I was the wreck. Like, I was just, like, shaking when we had to go to the church to rehearse and watching you stand up there with Abby. And I was just like, yo, this is about to happen.
Yo, that's the other thing about it is, like, that moment where you're like, yo, this is real. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're just like, wait, we're really doing
happening.
We're really getting married? Like
what?
It's like, it's like, the normal, like, is this real on top of all the stuff we've been through? Is this real? Like, yo, we really getting married.
Like, we sure?
We made it through?
We gonna do this? You really want to do this? Let's just say boyfriend and girlfriend.
I know. It is such a different vibe. Like,
it's a different vibe. It's like no pressure.
Yes,
like,
it's very chill. It's very laid back. I don't know what it is about, like,
getting
engaged, getting married, that it has, like...
We won't even talk about getting engaged.
We're not gonna talk.
No, we'll save that for another time. But did we talk about that already?
I don't remember it explicitly.
Needless to say, I was like shooketh from Thursday. Then come Friday, like my sisters are like, "You good? You good? You good?" Like my whole dress situation was like, it went downhill so fast, and in like the last moment, I found a dress, and I was just like, "Thank you, Jesus." And then, yeah, it was just then my hair. It was just like a bunch of. I was going through a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I was going through a lot. And then that morning when I got up, I literally kept saying to my sister, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. And she was just like, I'm so excited. And I remember a couple of times feeling like extreme like peace come over me. And it was on our way to the church. I was just sitting there. I was holding my flowers. My sister was like talking to me and playing music, and I was just like quiet. And I remember just like, I'm just thinking like, these are the last minutes up to single. Like, this is the last time I'm being single. Like, but I was just more so like thinking about that, thinking about our relationship, because we've been through quite a bit. And I'm just like, wow, like this is really bad. Like, needless to say, I'm about to marry my best friend. Like, what? I'm about to marry my best friend. She talking. We get to the church. I'm in the bathroom getting dressed. My sisters are in there with me, like buckling my shoe. Guillermo's in there with me taking the video. And I'm just like, feeling like I'm about to pass out again. And they kept telling me to eat breakfast. And I was just like, I'm good. I'm glad I ate, because I would have passed out. Like, you would have just heard boom. I would have been out. And then I remember standing there by the door, because you have to like go around, like whatever. I was sitting there with my dad to walk around the corner. To walk up the aisle.
It's like an L shape.
Yeah, to walk up the aisle. And I was just like, this is it. And literally, I can't even describe it. I was just like, yes, like I'm ready. I'm already Mrs. Black. I'm doing this. We're doing this. And then my dad completely broke that, because he was like, did we say we're going to start with our left foot or our right foot? And I was just like, dude, I already struggle with like my left hand and my right hand, so I don't know my left and my right like that. So
and it's not that deep, because it was literally only her sisters there. One of my friends and his wife from Worcester came. And then Guillermo.
And Choco.
Oh yeah, and Choco, because he took pictures.
And that was it.
That was literally everybody was like there. So it was like
11 people.
Yeah. So it's like you could use whatever foot. It's not like it has to be this whole coordinated thing. You just got to walk. That's it.
No, it had to be a coordinated thing. It was stressing me out.
Yeah, but it was funny because I was sitting there waiting for Kynard, and then I just look over and Nadia is like crying.
The song comes on, and everyone's like, "Yo, Nadia, why are you crying?"
She was crying. Nothing happened yet. She was just crying, and that was hilarious to me. And then Kynard comes around the corner, and then I was. Yo, this is great.
I wish we had the video to like insert.
No, we're not inserting any videos. It's that moment of like, yo, this is my wife. Oh my God, like she looks so beautiful. Mm-hmm. It was just like a really nice moment.
And I was good. I was like,
and then she saw me. And
I looked up and I saw Michael's face and him crying, and I was just like, like instantly, yeah. Like. And then his mom. I looked at his mom. She's crying because she's looking at both of us crying, and I'm like, I'm not doing this today.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
It was an extremely emotional wedding.
But I mean, like you said, based on all the stuff that we've gone through together, it's like, yo, that was I mean, there was days where it's just like, yo, I don't think we're getting married. Like, I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah.
So for us to get that far was like, it was a journey by it. Never mind being married. But it was a journey by itself. But yeah, like Kynard was saying, my dad did, like, what he did is he asked us, like, he basically did, like, almost like an interview style thing with us. So he asked us questions and we wrote down our responses. So when he did.
It was from our marriage counseling.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he just. Okay. No, I'm just saying he did that. I'm just saying that's what he did.
Yeah.
And then he took the responses we gave him and he incorporated it in the, like, ceremony. he was like talking about like what marriage and love means, but he basically used it from our word. So that was pretty cool. Like the spin he did on it. It made it real personal.
It did.
Yeah. So that was like cool. And then part we always remember is at the end when your dad.
That's the part you remember.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. For some reason, her dad.
My dad goes over to like, because everybody's like hugging and whatnot. Yeah. In spite of COVID, like we're all hugging and stuff. And my dad and Michael's dad, you know, he just went up to like hug him, greet him, whatever. And my dad was like hugging him and like, was he crying or speaking in tongues?
I don't know. He was in his own world.
Yeah. The Lord was like, dealing with him.
We were just like, okay, I've never seen your dad like that.
No.
Emotional, I guess?
Nor have I. Like,
wow.
I thought he would have cried with like walking me down the aisle. I didn't expect, but I understand too. Like, we went through a lot prior to this. Yeah. We went through a lot prior to this. So for my dad, it was a big deal. Yeah. And like Michael and I getting married was a big deal. It was a big deal. So I think it was just more so like I'm relinquishing my daughter to you, because not only like am I marrying into this family, but he's also going to be my pastor. Yeah. So that was a big deal. That was a big deal. Yeah. It was a big deal for my family overall.
Yeah, overall, yeah.
So yeah.
And then we went to, what was the name of the park again?
Elizabeth Park.
Yes, we took pictures there. It was like so perfect. Like we could not have asked for a better day at all. At all. Literally.
Like our actual, I don't want to say actual wedding because that was our actual wedding, but like our actual wedding should have happened that day. It just should have happened. The weather was perfect.
For what you wanted, I think that's exactly, it turned out the way it needed to turn out.
It turned out how I wanted it to turn out. Yeah. That's not what you wanted though.
It's not that that's not what I wanted. In fact, it's like once we had that wedding, I was like, I was satisfied with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I needed to have a big wedding. Mm-hmm. Even though there's certain people, of course, I wanted there. Yeah. But like, I was good. Like you said, if it were, we didn't say here, but we've talked about it. If it wasn't for the venue having our money, like I would be like, yeah, we're good. Like, yeah, we don't need to do anything else.
I mean, that's kind of what we were banking on. So. Yeah. I've always wanted a small wedding to a certain degree, like 50 people max would have been good for me. So the fact that I got 15, that works too.
Like I wanted my grandma to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like my cousins and stuff that couldn't make it. Like even just having my groomsmen there, I would have felt I wanted our wedding party to be there, but everybody, because at that time it was so strict, everybody was like, yo, I don't know if that's too many people, blah 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 blah. So that was the only thing that I was quote unquote disappointed about, but it wasn't really a disappointment. Like it was perfect. We couldn't ask for a better wedding. What is your favorite memory from our 1 year being married?
That's too hard.
No, just
my favorite memory?
Yeah. Or what? Okay, one of your top like memories from our first year being married.
Going to the Poconos.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because it's hilarious.
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna say that. Like the Poconos trip for us, I guess that was our honeymoon.
It was
as crazy and as like
terrible.
Yes, that was. I really had so much fun, and it was just like, I don't know. We just had so much fun.
I had a good time.
I feel like after we came back from that trip, we were in a lot better place.
Yeah.
Because the first couple months of us being married was rough. It was rough. It wasn't always, and it was like because Kynard wasn't working for a while. Well, I wasn't working.
I wasn't working.
You weren't working.
So after we got married,
we were together here all the time
for 3 months straight.
Yeah. So there was like, I don't know if that's what it was. Well, I think it's a combination of that, the combination of like us living together for the first time.
Because we never lived together before.
Yeah, like that was a whole nother dynamic shift because it's just like Kynard is very, very particular about the way the house is, and I am not. I'm just not. So certain stuff that won't bother me bothers her. So then it's just like, bro, like, what are you doing? But I remember after the Poconos trip, I do feel like we got even closer, and it was just like, I don't know, it was just a different vibe. Like, I think it was just good for us to get out of here, this physical environment, doing the same thing every day, not going outside, not taking trips like we normally did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was really, we did have a really good time, even though that place is trash. Do you feel like you learned something about me that you didn't know before?
So when we were dating,
What happened?
when we were dating, Michael would do this thing where he's just like he takes his space, and in my head, I always took that as, oh, you trying to break up with me? Bet. And like, I'll just ghost. I'll ghost him because I feel like he's trying to ghost me. I was so petty. Like, pray for me. I'm not as bad anymore, but I learned now. When Michael needs space, like, Michael needs space. Like, it's nothing against you. And I'm a lot. Like, y'all know this. Like, for those who know me well, y'all know, like, I'm a lot. Like, I have a lot to give. I have a lot of personality. I have a lot to say. I am very loud. A lot. And Michael's very, like, chill. Like, I'm just taking my time with life, and if I die, I die. And so when he's just like, babe, I just need some space, I'd be like, do I ever actually say that? I said those words, yeah.
Oh, wow. It's funny because I don't remember ever saying that to you.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But once again, like, it hit different when your partner says that to you. You're just like, what?
And that's, you know what the other thing is? I am the type of person where it's like, as much as I can be an extrovert, I am an introvert too. Sometimes
I think like, we all can be.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes you just have a lot of stuff going, and it's not because it's you. It's just like life. There's just a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes you just need a moment to just like do something else that's not related to life.
Yeah,
you know, because I started relating to relationships, marriage specifically. It almost goes into that category, right? Like when you're dating, at least the way we date, like, your relationship sometimes helps you escape life. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm not with you all the time. So like, you value the time you spend with your partner so much more, or you enjoy it more because it doesn't become a point of stress all the time. You know what I mean? Versus when you're married, it's like, it's on the list of responsibilities now. It's like, you know, you have to go to work, gotta take care of your spouse. For us, we're in church, we have responsibilities with that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, now your relationships become a responsibility, and so with that, it brings a whole nother level of like, almost like pressure with it. You know what I mean? Or like, I'm just trying to make sure you're happy. And sometimes that stresses you out because you're just what do I need to do? Blah, blah, blah. And it might not even be me, it just might be what's going on, you know? So I think that's, sometimes I'm just like, all right, I need to just go like play basketball. I need to go just
or
play
just
music.
Go in his office and just chill.
Yeah,
by himself and play his keyboard and talk to his friends on FaceTime. Like, and I'll be in the living room like watching Elementary or something on Netflix, and that's fine. Like, because I feel like I can get, and that's another thing too. I realize how like in some ways selfish I could be. Like, you don't expect this dude to be in your face all the time. So that was eye-opening. I'm like, marriage is about you being in my face all the time. It's not.
But baby,
but I didn't know that.
But the same thing at the same time, like, I feel like you'll do the same thing, but your thing is with your family.
Yeah, like if I'm
you're
taking
just like,
space,
I'm going to hang out with my sisters, my mom. Or you get on your FaceTime call with your sisters and your mom. Just, you know what I mean? It's the same, and I'd be doing the same thing, but it's just like, but
the thing too is like, if I want to, because Michael literally has not left the house in like,
I never leave that.
like 2 years before. No, it's like a year and a half.
Like
like you have not left the house in a year and a half. Like, for me, I go to work. So
Yeah.
when I need space, all I do is just go to Target.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it's not, you don't have to come home.
Yeah,
right
I
away.
just go park by the river and just like
chill.
sit in my car like, this is great.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go home now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. What's something you
I knew Kynard was like organized, but I didn't realize like how proactive you are. Like, you're very, very proactive. You know what I mean? Like,
thank you.
As soon as like you're just like, I thought about it, so I need to work on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like before, I was just like, even when we were like, I didn't really understand it before being married, and then I started realizing like, oh no, you're just trying to make sure like things are in order, or you have things that like you're particular about, but just like seeing the reasoning behind it more, because now we talk about it, like just the simple thing about like the door being locked, like no, but I'm saying like you might be particular about it, and it seems to me in the moment like, that's not that deep. And this is where we're talking about like where you count your background. Like, I live in a place where it's just like, bro, there's times we left the garage door open, like, and now the worst you have to worry about some animals, you know what I mean? Versus your experiences, so it's just like understanding those better, where it's like, I'm not being particular because I'm just crazy about there being a piece of paper on the floor, but it's like there's the history behind it. I'm like,
I didn't grow up in a hood. It's just
no, it's not that it was a hood. It's just you've had traumatic experiences.
Yeah,
I grew up
when I was a child. Yeah.
No, and I'm saying just under. I guess for me is learning about those more, and then it helps me understand who you are and why you are the way you are. You know?
Happy anniversary. We made it. Yay.
It was good. It's a good anniversary though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I feel a lot more settled in our relationship, in our marriage than I did before.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we've kind of figured out
the kinks.
Yeah, we kind of know like where to go, where not to go, like what to do.
What not to
More
do.
so me, I have a lot of things that I shouldn't do, like with the bathroom and the toilet and the door.
They're all things around the house.
Yeah, my thing is, my job is make sure the house is decent and in order, and certain things are done a certain way because that will bother Kynard.
Not true.
If I leave the toilet up and the door open, that will bother you.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
If you do both of them,
that's what I'm saying. Well, we wanted to share this monumentous occasion.
1 year is a big deal, man.
No, it definitely is.
To me, it is.
No, a lot of people, I mean, I would love to look at the statistics, but I know there's not a lot of people that make it 1 year, so.
1 year in a pandemic. Okay?
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Well, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all the people that have been subscribing lately. Like, you guys have been going crazy. I love it. Please keep it up.
All right. We'll talk to you later, guys. Happy 1 year anniversary to us. Peace. We didn't kiss.